Hello Barcelona family, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to the channel to know everything about Barcelona. In this video, we have 3 very important pieces of news about our beloved club. Let's start with the first. Barcelona has clearly indicated that it does not foresee the departure of PEDRI, despite rumors from England about a colossal offer from Manchester City. In recent hours, sources from the Premier League have claimed that Pep Guardiola's team is preparing an offensive to recruit the Canary Islander, going so far as to offer a sum close to €100 million. They see him as the natural successor to Kevin De Bruyne and believe that his arrival would guarantee control of the game at the Etihad Stadium for the next decade. However, Barcelona's sports management has been categorical. PEDRI is not for sale. The club has no intention of negotiating his departure, regardless of the amount offered. The interest of major European clubs in PEDRI is no surprise. At 21 years old, the midfielder has shown that he is one of the most valuable players in world football. His tactical intelligence, his ability to manage match tempo, and his natural talent with the ball make him a unique player. Moreover, with the arrival of Hansi Flick, PEDRI has seen notable growth in his game. He has become an even more complete player, contributing in all aspects of midfield play and being an absolute leader in organizing the team. It is therefore no surprise that teams like Manchester City are trying to convince him to change scenery. But Barcelona has been clear. Their sports project revolves around PEDRI, and the club does not foresee his departure under any scenario. From Sud to Condale, the position is firm. There has been no formal contact from Manchester City, nor any official proposal received. Although some British media insist that the citizens are preparing a formal offer, the reality is that Barcelona has no intention of listening to any proposal, no matter the amount offered. In the club's offices, there is total confidence in PEDRI's talent and his role as a leader in Hansi Flick's new project. The Canary Islander is one of the cornerstones on which the team's future is being built, and his continuity is non-negotiable. One of the factors reinforcing Barcelona's tranquility is PEDRI's own will. The player has repeatedly demonstrated his love for the club and his commitment to the project. Just a few months ago, he renewed his contract until 2030, a clear sign of his desire to continue wearing the Blaugrana jersey for many more years. During his last extension, he stated that his dream has always been to triumph at Barcelona and that his priority is to continue contributing to the team. "I am where I have always wanted to be," and his words upon signing his new contract reflect a sentiment he shares with the supporters, rendering any rumors of a potential departure ineffective. Barcelona not only has a clear plan with PEDRI but has also worked to surround him with the right players to strengthen his game. Under the direction of Hansi Flick, the midfield has found a structure that allows him to shine even more, with teammates like GAVI, Frenkie de Jong, Darren Wilkai, and Gundogan. Barcelona's midfield is one of the most talented in Europe. This combination of youth and experience has been key in PEDRI's development, who feels more comfortable every day in the German coach's system. Flick has total confidence in him and considers him a fundamental piece for executing his game philosophy, based on control, possession, and intensity. Despite the tranquility with which Barcelona is handling the situation, one cannot ignore the economic power of Manchester City. It is a club with sufficient resources to attempt to seduce any player with an astronomical offer. However, the difference in this case is that PEDRI has no intention of leaving. It's not just about money or an attractive sports project. The Canary Islander feels the colors of Barcelona like few others, and his commitment to the club is total. That is why, beyond any offer that might come, the management and technical staff are convinced that PEDRI will continue to lead the team for many years to come. The second piece of news concerns a good decision for Barcelona. Barcelona is very close to finalizing one of the most surprising transfers on the market. Virgil van Dijk, the Dutch central defender who has been a pillar of Liverpool's defense in recent seasons, is on his way out. Hill and Joan Laporta are working intensively to bring him to Camp Nou without a transfer fee. At 33 years old, the defender continues to demonstrate that he is one of the best in the world in his position. After evaluating his future, he has decided that he wants to play for Barcelona. Hansi Flick has given his approval to this move, aware that the team needs to strengthen its defense in light of the imminent departure of Andreas Christensen at the end of the season and the uncertainty surrounding Ronald Araujo's continuity in Ciutat Condal. The possibility of seeing Van Dijk in Blaugrana colors generates great anticipation, and everything indicates that the transfer is closer than ever to being realized. Van Dijk has been a key player at Liverpool since his arrival in 2018, helping the team win the Premier League, the Champions League, and other important titles. His leadership, anticipation skills, and strength in aerial duels have made him one of the most complete central defenders in the world. However, his time in England seems to be coming to an end, and the player has decided that his next challenge should be at Barcelona. With his contract nearing its end, the English club will not stand in the way of his departure, allowing Barcelona's management to move quickly to secure his addition without having to pay a transfer fee. From Barcelona's sports management perspective, Van Dijk's arrival is seen as an opportunity that cannot be missed. His experience, talent, and leadership would be an unmatched reinforcement for a defense that has faced various difficulties due to injuries and constant changes in the lineup. Hansi Flick has been key in the decision to bet on the Dutchman, considering that his presence in the team would strengthen the defensive structure and allow the team to compete at the highest level in all competitions. With Christensen on his way out and Araujo evaluating his future, having a central defender of Van Dijk's caliber would be a strategic move to ensure defensive solidity in the coming seasons. The Dutchman, for his part, is enthusiastic about the idea of playing for Barcelona, despite offers from other major European clubs. His priority is to wear the Blaugrana jersey and be part of Flick's new project. Van Dijk has always admired Barcelona's playing philosophy, based on possession and ball control, and believes his style would fit perfectly with the team. Additionally, the possibility of playing for a club with so much history and competing in La Liga is an attraction that motivates him to take the step. His experience in elite competition and his leadership would be a great addition to the dressing room, where he could help young talents continue to grow. Joan Laporta and Deco have been working on the operation discreetly, but negotiations have progressed at a good pace. The idea is for Van Dijk to arrive with a 2-year contract, with the option to extend it for an additional season depending on his performance. Furthermore, his salary would be within the parameters that the club can afford, making the operation financially viable. At Barcelona, his transfer is seen as a key move to strengthen the squad without making a significant investment, which is fundamental in the sports planning for the coming years. From Van Dijk's entourage, there have also been signals that the agreement is very close. Sources close to the player have stated that the Dutch central defender has already begun to mentally prepare for the possibility of playing in La Liga and is motivated by the idea of being part of a team seeking to regain its greatness. His desire is to compete in an environment where he can continue to win titles and leave a mark. He considers Barcelona to be the ideal place for this. The impact of his arrival could also be key in the development of young defenders on the team like Poch and Eric Garcia, who could learn from his experience and benefit from his leadership. Having a world-class reference in defense would help strengthen the competitive mentality of the group and bring stability to a backline that has seen ups and downs in recent seasons. Additionally, the transfer of Van Dijk would send a clear message to the rest of Europe. Barcelona remains an attractive destination for top stars and is ready to make smart moves to strengthen its squad at a time when the club must be strategic with its signings due to its economic situation. Managing to attract a player of Van Dijk's caliber without a transfer fee would be a masterstroke. The possible arrival of Van Dijk has generated great excitement among Barcelona supporters. Many see him as the missing piece for the team to regain a top-level defense and compete for all titles. His leadership on the field, ability to organize the defense, and strength in aerial play are qualities that perfectly fit the team's needs. Additionally, his experience in big matches would be a key factor in decisive moments of the season. However, some wonder if the Dutchman's age could be a factor to consider. At 33 years old, some supporters question his ability to maintain the level of demand in Spanish competition and whether his physical condition will allow him to perform at the highest level for several seasons. Nevertheless, his performances at Liverpool have shown that he remains among the best in the world, and his professionalism and discipline are a guarantee that he will continue to compete at the highest level. The operation could be concluded in the coming weeks, and everything indicates that Laporta will do everything possible to finalize Van Dijk's arrival before the start of the next season. His incorporation would give a great boost to Flick's project, who sees him as a key player to strengthen the defense and bring the necessary experience to compete for all titles. The question remains for Barcelona supporters. Do you think Van Dijk would be the ideal reinforcement for Barcelona's defense, or do you think the club should bet on a younger option? Without a doubt, his arrival would represent a leap in quality for the team, but the final decision will depend on the ongoing negotiations. For now, everything indicates that the Dutchman is closer than ever to becoming a new Barcelona player and bringing his talent and leadership to a team seeking to return to the top of European football. The third piece of news concerns a dream that Barcelona continues to pursue: Jamal Musiala. Although the talented German offensive midfielder has renewed his contract with Bayern Munich, the Blaugrana management is convinced that his departure from the Bavarian club is only a matter of time. Joan Laporta and his team have been closely following the progress of this prodigy for years. While economic difficulties have prevented his transfer so far, planning for the future remains underway. In the summer of 2026, with a much more stable financial situation and the new Camp Nou generating significant revenue, Barcelona will have the opportunity to make one of the most anticipated transfers by the Culé supporters. Jamal Musiala is undoubtedly one of the greatest talents of his generation. At just 21 years old, he has proven to be a standout player at Bayern Munich, establishing himself as one of the key pieces of the team. His dribbling ability, vision, and creativity make him a unique footballer, and his style would fit perfectly at Barcelona. Hansi Flick, the Blaugrana coach, knows Musiala well from his time with the German national team and believes he could further develop his talent in a system based on possession and associative play. For a long time, Musiala has shown his admiration for Barcelona's philosophy. His playing style resembles that of the great midfielders who have shown at Camp Nou, and his ability to perform both as an offensive midfielder and a winger makes him a versatile player who would adapt seamlessly to the Culé style. Additionally, in several interviews, he has clearly stated that his dream is to play for Barcelona at some point in his career. This represents a key advantage for the Blaugrana club, which knows that, despite competition from other major European clubs, it has the player's own desire as its best asset. Musiala's contract extension with Bayern Munich has not changed Barcelona's plans. In the management, they are clear. This is a strategic move by the German club to maintain control over their star, but it does not guarantee his long-term continuity. The player himself and his entourage have hinted that his future is not entirely tied to Bayern and that, sooner or later, he will seek new challenges outside the Bundesliga. Barcelona is prepared for this moment and will work to ensure that Camp Nou is his destination. One of the main obstacles Barcelona has faced in pursuing Musiala has been the delicate economic situation in recent years. Financial restrictions and the need to reduce the wage bill have forced the club to prioritize other market moves. However, this does not mean that Musiala has been forgotten. In fact, Laporta and his team have continued to work on long-term planning, and everything indicates that by 2026, the situation will be very different. With a renovated stadium generating more revenue and a much more sustainable transfer strategy, Barcelona will be able to undertake large-scale operations without compromising its financial stability. Musiala's arrival would be a statement of intent from Barcelona. He is a footballer destined to mark an era in European football, and his transfer would not only strengthen the team on a sporting level but also represent a significant media coup. In the Blaugrana dressing room, the possibility of having Musiala is viewed with great enthusiasm. Players like PEDRI and GAVI could greatly benefit from his presence, forming a dream midfield that would guarantee creativity, game control, and dynamism for many years. Barcelona knows it won't be easy, as clubs like Real Madrid, Manchester City, and Paris Saint-Germain also have Musiala in their sights. However, the big difference with these teams is that the young German has repeatedly shown his inclination towards Barcelona's style of play. When a footballer of his caliber has a clear destination in mind, it is only a matter of time before the operation materializes. From the Blaugrana club, there is confidence that, when the time comes to decide his future, Musiala will choose to wear the Blaugrana jersey above any other option. In the Culé management, they have also taken note of Bayern Munich's market movements. The Bavarian club has begun to strengthen itself with young talents who could take Musiala's place in case of his departure, which suggests that this possibility is not far-fetched. Although the operation cannot be finalized before 2026, in Sutat Kondal, it is clear that the wait will be worth it. Musiala is a player worth making an effort for, and Barcelona does not want to miss the opportunity to recruit him. From the community of Culé supporters, Musiala's potential arrival has generated great anticipation on social media and club supporter forums. Many fans have expressed their enthusiasm at the idea of seeing the German defend the Blaugrana colors in the future. His talent, youth, and growth potential make him a safe bet for the team, and his presence at Camp Nou would be a great attraction for Laporta and Flick's sporting project. Now, the question is, do you think Barcelona will succeed in recruiting Musiala in 2026? Should the club try to bring forward his arrival at all costs or wait for the right moment to make a big impact? What is clear is that Musiala has a reserved place at Barcelona and that the Blaugrana supporters dream of seeing him shine at Camp Nou. The countdown has begun, and only time will tell when this dream will become a reality. For many Culés, leave your opinion in the comments.